This part work has been supplied to me free of charge from Fanhome.com. Please pop along to their website and see all of the other build-up part works that they have to offer, as well as other collections of collectible things. I would like to thank Fanhome for providing me with the part work so I can produce these videos for your enjoyment and educational needs. If you'd like to build one of your own, pop along to fanhome.com. They're available in many countries worldwide. If you do want to build one, leave a note in the comments to let me know how you're getting on, and let me know how I'm getting on as well. I'd like feedback of all types. So thank you once more to Fanhome for providing me with this kit. I hope you enjoy the build. Let's get on with it. Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 27 of building the legendary Dodge Charger RT from Fast and Furious. Let's have a look through the first bit of the magazine, do the build, and then come back and have a look at the second bit of the magazine. As ever, this is the way we do things around here. The first bit, looking at the world of Fast and Furious. Driving is not the only thing in life. You need time to relax and have fun with your friends. The stars love a good party, apparently. It's just obviously behind the scenes stuff and the car meet things that they have in the series. That was in the hotel thing in the big tower, wasn't it? Yeah. The Dodge Zeo. By about the year 2010, motor industry was coming to terms with unstoppable process electric. Yeah, it looks nice enough. I like it. I like the unusual door things. That does things for me. Right, we are attaching the engine housing to the chassis. Let me get my picture-in-picture sorted out so you can see exactly what we're going to do. We've got parts. We've got front left wheel arch reinforcement plates and things. These are metal. The rest of it seems to be plastic by the looks of it. But yes, this is what we're doing. We are attaching things. So let me move out of the way. The parts that I have received in this issue are there. But we're also going to need parts from previous issues, and indeed the entire wheel assembly very shortly as well. But first of all, we are taking the piece composed of the firewall and side panels, put the windscreen wiper motor 27E inside the firewall. Okay, is that bit? The pictures are not very clear on these. Yes, it looks like that, and that's going to go in there. So there's two pins. There's one pin and two screw holes. So yeah, that's going to go in there just like that, because then the screw holes line up with that. Secure the piece with two CM screws. We've got lots and lots of screws in this issue. So CM. Let's get a couple of those out. There's still more to come back and use very shortly. But yeah, let's put these in place first. Get that lined up again. Get that through there. It's going into the metal, hence the M of the CM bit. That one goes in there. So that is that. Insert the voltage regulator 27F next to the windscreen wiper motor and press into place. 27F. That's this bit. Oh, that just pushes into place next to it. Doesn't matter which way up because it's the same both ways up. That goes in there. Okay, I'm sure that's where more wires and things are going to attach onto that. That is that. Right. Point 2. Connect the free end of the positive cable. That's this one that we've had around here. That's going to go into the pin on there. I can't actually see clearly on this picture. You can probably see it clearer on the picture-in-picture. Yes, it's going in the one closest to the right. So that is just going onto there. Just like that, nice and easy. As shown, indeed. Turn the engine housing section over. We've got it that way up then. Right. Insert the semicircular holes of the front left wheel arch reinforcement plate 27A. How do I know which one is? That's the left. Right, it'll only go one way round, and that looks like that one from this side. So that is going over there like that. Okay, I understand that. 8M screws will be holding that in place. We've got dozens of the, well, not dozens, but quite a few 8M screws. So I shall get a few of them out, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be using almost all of them this time round. Put that there. If I put them in front of the AM screws, then we'll remember which one it is that we're doing. We remember which one they came out of. So 2 of those screws to hold that in place over there. Pretty sure we're going to be doing the same thing on the other side momentarily. On the other side of the front right wheel arch reinforcement plate. Indeed, we're doing the same thing on the other side. Get this tightened up first. Go, and the other side, much the same. There. So let's do the other one. Going on that one, much the same as that, with the groove towards the back. One there. Go. Now you may notice I've picked up a new technique for putting these screws in and making sure they go in properly and are secure. I'm actually tightening down a couple of turns and then going back half a turn or so and then going on again. That has the benefit of sort of stripping out the paint from the thread and making a nice tight grip without any worries. There we go. So secured that. There we go. Right, now we need to get everything else in. So let's move everything else out the way. Let me bring home the meaty boy itself, the rest of the engine, the big everything. So this is going on there. We've got to make sure that the steering column goes through that hole, just like that. And everything else. There's little pegs. These bits need to go into the holes just underneath as well. And then making sure all of the wires and the cables are out of the way. Where's that going to go? That's just going to have to go down and under and out. Interesting. There's cables that are going to the wheels, like the disc braking system. I'll take it back off so you can see it. These ones that we've recently just fitted onto there, I don't know where they're meant to go. This side is higher than that side. Is that... I would assume it's got to go down this side. Oh, I've pulled it off now. Right, that's going to go back on there, where it came from. That is there, isn't it? No, there's only one. Yes. Can't see where it connects to now, though. Where's the other one go to? Oh, it's right on the edge of the red thing. I see, yeah. A pair of tweezers will be useful for doing that. Grab that and put that on there. Okay, that's back where it goes. But, I say that's... this whole cutout bit here is going to go up against that. So somehow that needs to be out of the way. This side is higher than that side. I don't think it is on there. I think it might just end up going out over that side. I think it was loose. I can't remember now. Where's that going? That was one of the things that's just coming up out of there at the moment, isn't it? But yeah, that might... no, it won't go over there. Is it pictured in the thing? It's pictured in the thing going from this side. It is actually coming around this side of that. So that's that side. There we go. So that will line up and fit underneath where that goes, I think. So this side probably wants to do exactly the same thing. So I'll unplug that again, take it back around, and we'll arrive at plugging that back in a moment. Because first of all, we need to get this on that way around now. In, on and over. That goes down there better. There's lots of tubes and wires and things that you need to make sure you're not squishing. So yeah, turn over and insert 4 8M screws into the hole in the section. then connect up some more wires and stuff. And then we've got to take the wheels off. Now, this is interesting to me. I don't know why we attach them, because we're going to be taking them off. So what I'm actually going to do, yeah, before I even put that on, I'm going to detach the wheels, because then I can see what I'm doing better, and we can get this done. Now, these I didn't push on securely, because we thought we were probably having to detach them. So just take off the hubcap thing, undo the screw, and then the main wheel will come off. Bearing in mind there is a washer there as well. So what I'm actually going to do is just take off the whole thing, leave that there like that. Yes, because then we can see what we're doing. We can get to these screws, and I can see, more importantly, where this tube is going. So let me get the other side off as well. I don't need to do that on camera. Figure out where these tubes are meant to go, and then see about attaching that with the AM screws. I shall see you in a moment. Okay, I found the plug, the wires and tubes, and figured out where they have to go. The one that comes from the back here is at the moment just floating around here. That's going to attach to the other part on there. These two that I've got coming up around here come from down underneath on that little bit in there. They're going to attach to here, the two pegs on there. And it's all just going to fit together nicely. Now, there is enough room for these tubes to fit if they're that side. So make sure they're at the rear end rather than the front end. And then it just all fits together, apparently. I have had trouble with a couple of these coming unhooked. So again, be like, just like that. Look, look. Obviously, once everything's together and you're not moving things around, it's not going to be a problem. But just keep an eye on those while you're maneuvering things around. That's the steering column going through there, then those two, and making sure that I can knock everything flying because I've got my visor on. That's that side, that's that side, and then everything just fits in place like that. I need to get the screws in, but before I do that, I can make sure all the wires are still where they should be. Yeah, that one there, as I say, just turns around, goes in on there. The other two that I've got a little bit squished down, but they're still down there. Look, there's one. I'll get that reconnected up and plugged onto there, and I shall get that turned around a little bit. So I think that's going to be neater going that side. I'll get the screws in and get the wires plugged in, and then we'll be ready to go on to the next step, which is putting the wheels back on, basically. So I'll see you in a moment. Right, I've put that in place, screwed it down, got all the wires and tubes plugged in, the two little ones coming out there, everything else connected up as it should be again, and hopefully it will stay that way because I don't really want to go through all of that again. What I've also done is attached the 3 screws around here with a little bracket thing, which I shall show you more when I do it again over this side. I wanted practice before I did it live on the camera. So we're using a couple of AM screws to begin with. To hold in place the suspension bit around here. So one in the top, like that. I'll come back and get that tightened up once I've got them all in place. One over this side as well. You can conveniently see the gap that the tube there fits through. So that goes in there, and again, we'll tighten up momentarily. We have 2 extra screws on this side that we didn't have to do on the other side, which to do with the gearbox for the steering. One in there and one next to it over there. Which all just lines up nicely. Again, tightening up is the thing. Now, this is the little stoppage bit that goes underneath here. So that goes in there a bit like that. But you've got to push this up a bit to get that in there where it needs to be. Not like that. You don't want to drop it down into there because that means you might have to get it all apart again. Right. So the longer what is that? An NM screw. We'll hold that in place there. This is the convoluted way of doing it. You've got to get that screw in there, while it's not in the right place, you can see it's not located properly there, but at least with the screw in there now, it can't escape. So if I push this up a bit, then that will, hopefully, like the other one did. There we go. It just locks in place a bit like that and stops that suspension coming down so far. So yeah, that is that. I'll get all these screws tightened up, then put the wheels back on. What I thought was putting the wheels back on was actually the picture of it taking the wheels off. So yeah, I'll get the wheels back on, then we'll have a look at it finished and come back and have a look at the rest of the magazine. These bits are not being used yet. They're just given to you for next time, I assume. But right, I'll get this tightened up and get the wheels on and show you in a moment. So there we have it. That's all done. I'm happy with how it's gone together. All the wires and tubes are assembled as they should be. The wheels are connected up again and working as they should. So far so good. I'm happy with that. Lots of spare screws and things, but I shall put those aside and keep them for next time or another time in the future. But that is that part of the build complete. Stage 27 final result. It's looking good so far. It's getting heavy, and it's going to be getting even heavier. I think next time is more of a nothing extra to do episode. I think it's entirely self-contained. But for now, that's that. I shall move that out of the way. We'll have a look at the rest of the magazine because, you know, I've got a few extra minutes to fill. The tuning mania, that's the bit that we end with, isn't it? Modifying the head for more horsepower. I've got no idea what any of those words mean, but it's a thing to make your car go faster or be more powerful and things. Camshafts and stuff. It's all foreign alien stuff to me. But there we go. The valve seats and springs and things. So that was issue 27. Thank you very much for joining me for that. I shall see you shortly for 28, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a shorter, quicker, easier episode. It might be easier. It probably won't, but there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. Stay safe. I shall see you soon. Bye-bye for now.